Hello and welcome in. I am MissKinghorn and we are back here with another Sims build. And this time we are working with a new stuff pack, the Crystal Creations, and it's not exclusive, I have to be honest, but it is heavily influenced by that new pack. So we are building a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom cute little home in here for a jewellery maker who maybe is a little bit witchy. This is actually in Glimmerbrook, in that world, and I tie it in really well, and it's kind of got that sort of magical, kind of mysterious, kind of spellcastery kind of look to it, which I'm absolutely loving at the moment. That sort of like a semi sort of gothic, but kind of, I don't really know how to describe it, country core kind of meets gothic kind of look. But I love this build. It's cute, it's small, it's a little bit whimsical, I guess you can probably say. That's probably the word I was looking for without really knowing what I was looking for. But you know, this is me we're talking about in here. So we have gone for a kind of a green and kind of black look on the outside. So this is actually a base game brick. I don't think I've ever used them, but they are gorgeous. And I went through so many colour combinations. And you're probably wondering at this point, how am I managing to do this so fast? Well, the game crashed. So this is take 3 of building this, because I had got to basically the interior and then the game crashed. I thought, okay, you know, whatever. So I came back in and started again, and then I looked up and realised, no, I've forgotten to hit record. So I deleted that version, and here is take 3. So at this point I know what I'm doing into here, which is why it's a little bit quicker than normal. This actually was a really quick build to do. It only took me around about 2 hours to do this build, which anyone knowing me knows that is very quick. The Georgian house that I did the other week was like 6.5 hours. This is very quick at 2 hours. So I have cut out a few little bits, as you can see here. I'm just doing these stones because otherwise we go a little bit crazy with it. But these kind of line all of the path in here. It's something I've seen done, and I have done in the past, but it is a little bit time consuming. But actually for this build, because I only did it like this, and it wasn't too bad, rather than using, there's like a little sandbag kind of brick sort of thing that I have used in the past, and that is time consuming. But these sort of nice rocks, and it kind of fits in with that whole sort of theme. And the landscaping that we're doing here, I tried to keep it as sort of incorporated into the sort of world as possible. So lots of sort of tall grasses, kind of manicured, but also a little bit overgrown. Maybe it's not something that they particularly like keeping up with the garden. We do end up placing some little sort of garden pots out the front here, which when I play tested this at the and did all the screenshots, I did actually get some magical starter beans and place them. I've got to be honest, I don't know what kind of plants I planted, but there's 4 of them. They all came out of one starter pack. So yeah, you have those there as well, but mainly just for sort of a jewellery maker. And obviously there are a few bits where I have done, like I said, with the flower pots, and we do also get the flower arranging table in as well. So maybe there's something, a little bit of a side passion of theirs as well, maybe, possibly, I don't know. You can play however you like with this build. It was just something to fill out one of the sides because it was looking a little bit empty for this sort of wraparound porch that we have going for this build. Now, I wanted this build to be really sort of cluttered and really kind of lived in, but also kind of very full of of homeliness, really, because I thought this is, obviously it's only one bedroom and it's really only designed for one person. That's kind of what I had in my head, that it was just one sim living here. Obviously I do have a double bed, so that you could have two if you wanted, but for me I just had one person or one sim in my head as who was living here. And yeah, they love sort of plants, nature, kind of the gems to obviously go with the new skills and the new jewellery. But yeah, that's kind of what I had in my head. So there is lots of sort of nature, kind of clutter and things like that. Lots of plants, lots of pot plants, inside and out, but also just lots of sort of homely bits all around the house as well, which you're going to see throughout this build. But downstairs is pretty much an all-in-one room. So kind of kitchen, living, dining, and then kind of with the jewellery station sort of tucked in at the bottom of the stairs here. This entranceway, I love this little entranceway. I've got to be fair, this was such a cute little area to work on. And you can sort of see the colours coming through. So obviously we've got the greens coming from the windows, the doors, like the columns and stuff like that, and I wanted another little colour to kind of come in. And originally I did have it all as green, but I don't particularly like the green swatches that came with the new stuff, and I wanted to use as many of the new items as I possibly could. So I thought, let's add a nice little purple in, the kind of the green, the purple kind of work in there really, really well. So that was what I was thinking with this, and I absolutely love them together. They work really well, which I'm not going to say it was a bit of a surprise, because it's not a colour combination that I think I've used before, but it really works. So yeah, I'm happy with the colours in here, and we do also get the slight brown colours coming through on just a few little pieces here and there, but mainly it's sort of the greens, the purples, little bits of blue maybe coming through as well. So yeah, that's a nice little entranceway in here, and then this is a little jewellery station in here. We do end up getting it into the purple as well. So this is a very purple kind of central area in here at the bottom of the stairs, and I was a kind of a little bit by the fact that the jewellery is so small, and I guess in my head it's realistic that it's that small. And don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's a little bit too small to be out on display. You can't really see it, like the ring there, it's just so tiny that it's like it's just not there. So I kind of had to work around it a little bit more than I would normally do. And this is me realising that I haven't got it all set up properly, because it's a brand new one ready for the new pack, and I've not set it up, organised it properly into there either. But yeah, they can actually use the jewellery table as well. So when I play tested, I did have a sim make some jewellery on there, and yeah, it's fully working into there. And I love the new swivel chair. There are really cool pieces with the new stuff pack, and I was a little bit like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use a lot of these and a lot of these items regularly, because I feel like it might be a little bit niche. But, and there is a very big but, some of the items are gorgeous, and I feel like they could work everywhere. That swivel chair, that kind of fern plant, I love. That lamp, I'm kind of a little bit like, oh, I like it, but I'm a little bit unsure about. But I'm definitely going to find uses for it somewhere. But yeah, the bookcases I love as well. I love the ladder that comes with those in there. So this is the little kitchen area. Back to the video. Come on then. Into here. So yeah, this is a really small little kitchen. As I say, it is really designed for just one sim, so I thought it could work in here. We do have full length window here on the side, but the cabinet kind of goes over the top of it, and so it kind of takes it away a little bit. But I quite like the way that I've done this kitchen in here, and yeah, it was a really small little space, and I struggled with kind of how I wanted it, because normally I do elaborate, big sort of family kitchens, and I didn't really have any of that. And when I came to sort of cluttering this, and you're actually going to see the whole sort of process in here because it's so small, I thought I'll leave it all in for you. So enjoy the scrolling in here. The clutter is minimal because I wanted a lot of sort of usable space because it was so small. I also have a small disclaimer. I forgot curtains throughout the build. I don't really know what happened. It was only when I came to screenshotting after I had saved the build to the library that I realised I didn't have any curtains anywhere. So yeah, there is none. But they're easy enough to add in for you depending on which ones. And I've got to be fair, they don't really add anything to the game. So yeah, I just forgot them. It's just one of those little issues that I didn't realise until late. But yes, anyway, back to the kitchen. So this sort of clutter, I tried to keep it a little bit more sparse than normal, but yet still lived in and still sort of homely. So there are lots of pieces from lots of different packs, I've got to be fair, but I think they all work together really, really well. And I don't think I've ever used these kind of hanging like flower herbs or things. I think we got them with like Roll of Magic, which actually there's quite a lot from that pack in here. Sort of paranormal, Round of Magic, they all kind of feed into this whole sort of vibe that I'm going for. And these barrels here, they are debug, I think from Horse Ranch, but I've kind of used them in this little combo to kind of create like plant stands, which I thought worked out really, really well in that sort of like cluttered sort of space in here. Now, this area I had a bit of trouble with, and you'll sort of see there's magically furniture pulled out already. I went through so many different options when it came to working out this sort of living area. I knew I needed to get a dining table in with at least 2 chairs, but this is actually a really small build. It doesn't feel like it, but it is really small. So I struggled when it came to kind of the layout, because it is also an all-in-one room. You want like sections for each different room, but you also want them to kind of flow together. So I had trouble trying to get everything to work, and obviously this sofa, which I love, only comes in a 2. There is no armchair, there is no kind of other chairs that go with it, like 3-seaters or anything like that. There is just this chair, which I kind of get given the fact that it is a stuff pack. It's not an expansion or game pack where I would have expected to have a full range of sort of seating options. But I would have preferred an armchair to go with this chair. I don't know what I would lose to get that chair, but I end up using one chair from, I think it's the Book Nook kit, which is like my go-to chair. One other thing while I think about these shelves, so the ones on the wall here that have got the clear gems on, I fumed when I saw them. These would have been perfect in the castle kit. They would have worked. They don't have the right swatches for the castle kit, but they could have. Why do we not get those with the castle kit? They don't really fit this theme. They fit the castle kit a lot better, and yet they're here. It doesn't really make much sense, but this kind of TV sort of combo little nook over here, I absolutely love. So kind of with that sort of the low sort of shelving on the floor that I've kind of smushed together in that sort of purpley look, works really well kind of with the greens and other bits and pieces in here. And then with those sort of taller shelves up there with like the sort of precious stones on them as well. In there with that sort of TV, and I put a little, I think it's a gramophone, I think that's what it's called. I don't know, let me know in chat what it actually is called. I might be completely wrong in there. But yeah, that sort of combo I really liked up down there. And now we are working on this bedroom up here. Now this is again a really small space. If you thought downstairs was large, upstairs is tiny. So it just has a big sort of bed in here, and these 2 bookshelves, I love them. these new bookshelves are going to go in pretty much every build I do, if I could possibly get them in there. So yeah, it is a little bit of a tight space, but I really wanted this sort of feel to kind of come in from upstairs, downstairs to come in up here. So this is sort of a little dresser area up here, kind of in that bay window kind of diagonal wall section area up the top here. But yeah, there are lots of sections on this actually. I had a difficult time because I wanted to use items that I hadn't really used elsewhere, so trying to clutter this up a little bit didn't really work too well, because there were so many of them. But yeah, and I think it works okay. It comes across as okay. I would really like to be the option to put jewellery on that sort of necklace stand. I don't know whether that's something you can do in gameplay. I didn't really check it out, but you kind of have like this sort of like neck bust. I'm sure that's not the technical term for what it's called, but like the bust of just the sort of the neck and the sort of upper chest, for like a necklace or something. It's bare. I would have preferred to have like different options for putting necklaces on it, but as I say, that might be a gameplay thing that I just didn't check out. I really just checked out that your sim can sleep, can cook, can eat, can like sit at the table, can work on the jewellery table and go to sleep and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I checked into there. But we are very, very quickly coming to the end of this video. We are already working on the bathroom. It was a little bit of a short one today, as I say, because it didn't take me too long to build this, and I've got to be fair, it really didn't take me too long to edit. There's not much I edited out, actually, when it came down to it. So, yeah, if you have enjoyed this build, then please give it a big thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. And you can also download this from the gallery right now. So the lot name and that will be down in the description of this video, for you to go and download as well. So make sure you do that. And I will be back every Tuesday with another video. So if you have any ideas, any suggestions, or maybe you have an inspiration for a future build, then do let me know. You can find me on pretty much all social medias. The links to those are also down in the description. But until next time, I will see you all again really, really soon. Bye everyone!